Hi, my name is Vicky Lee and I'm your success coach. I want to talk to you today about fasting. Fasting is done for spiritual purposes. Fasting is not the absence of eating. It is the intention of starvation. So fasting is not, I forgot to eat because I'm stressed, or I can't eat because I'm sick and I'll vomit if I eat something. It has to be intentional. And it has to be intentionally not eating when you're perfectly capable of eating. And the reason that you do this is because if you intend to starve yourself, what happens is it induces these processes within you, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, that begin the dying process. And the reason you want to initiate the dying process so that everything within you can renew. And what dies within you are your old thoughts, your old feelings, your old behavioral patterns. And what is renewed within you is this ability to sense life, to smell life, to hear it, to feel it, and to embody it. Now, it takes all your energy to fast in the same way that it takes all your energy to die. I don't know if you've spent time around sick and dying people, but I have. And when you're dying, just like when you're fasting, you can't run errands. You can't go to class and have a job and take care of someone and clean your house, and you can't do anything. It takes all your energy to fast, just like it takes all your energy to die. Why? Because living is a distraction from dying. So when you fast, you're going to go to your dark place. You are intentionally cutting off all the connections that you have to the living, to the world, especially to your primary relationships. And you have to do this because the people that are close to you are not going to let you fast in the same way that they're not going to let you die. They're going to try to keep you alive. They're going to try to make you eat. They're going to have reactions. And so being around people is very difficult when you fast, because they're going to try to make you eat. They're going to tempt you to eat. They're going to question why you're not eating. They're going to keep talking and talking and talking and talking to you until you have to eat because you don't have the energy to listen to them chatter on and on and on. And worst of all, they're going to create drama in your life. A little note about drama. Drama grounds you into your body, and it forces you to focus on the nitty-gritty, the slimy, dirty details of survival. It's basically meaningless darkness. It's a type of darkness that has no purpose. It's like a black hole or a vacuum. It just sucks the life out of you. Okay, fasting is the exact opposite. It is purposeful and meaningful darkness, like a womb. And if you spend any time in a womb, you know that it rebirths you into new life. Now, with that said, there are very few people who are going to allow you to create a sacred space of darkness around yourself so that you can fast. Most people are going to try to pull you out of the darkness. But there is a sacred darkness that usually only spiritually evolved people will allow you the space and the time and the energy to invest in yourself to do that in. For me personally, I can't interact with anyone when I'm fasting, except for my spiritual mentors and my editor. Everyone else is going to drag me into life. So I want to give you a really helpful tip and trick for successful fasting. The first is to open your fast with a prayer. It seems a little weird and hokey, but it works. Really weird. Even if you don't believe in God and you just open it, all of a sudden you have this willpower. Very strange, but it's the only thing that has ever worked for me, and I've tried every way. You open your prayer with a fast, and you state your intention and your purpose for your fast. If you don't have one, get one. You need it. So, for example, this is what you would say. You would say, Dear God, I give you permission to enter into my body with your spirit and change whatever is within me that is blocking me from, and then I want you to fill in the blank. So state what the purpose of your fast is. For example, blocking me from getting into college, blocking me from staying married, blocking me from having abundance. Then you choose the duration of your fast. Is it going to be a day? Is it going to be 3 days? Is it going to be 5 days? Usually 3 days is the mark where you finally get over your hunger, where you just don't have the will to live or to eat anymore. And there's a hump, and you'll feel it. There's this pain hump of cravings that's physical. If you just stick with it, it eventually eases itself. But do you always stay hungry? Yeah, you always stay hungry. Then at the end of your fast, you're going to close your fast also with a prayer. It's a prayer of gratitude for fasting, such as, Dear God, thank you for this period of trials and the strength to endure the challenge of facing who I really am and everything that's blocking me from being the person I was meant to be. Thank you for, and then you fill in the blank. So state what the lessons of your fast are. What did you learn by fasting? So for example, thank you for teaching me about how my best friend sucks my energy by trying to get me to focus on living her life instead of my own. Thank you, and on that note, thank you for showing me how to focus on myself instead of focusing all the time on other people. Thank you for making me understand why I won't let myself feel lonely. Thank you for giving me clarity on my purpose. Thanks for teaching me about fear. Now I feel like I have the power to not let it control me as much. I encourage you to be really honest with God when you pray, because fasting is a time when you are truly alone with only God. Because let's face it, when everyone else runs out on you, when the shit hits the fan, when times get tough, the only person that's there really with you is God. This is your time with God. Fasting is your time with God. God is there with you the whole time during your fast. So God is actually monitoring your fast. And God is making sure that your sacred space is protected. So anything that enters into that circle of your sacred space, you can be assured that it's meaningful, because God is designing your fast for you. You have to think of your fast as a womb. It's also a dying process, where the old you is dying and the new part of you is being birthed. So you don't just let anyone piss inside of your amniotic sac. You have to keep that place a place of visioning and of prayer. It's sacred. Dying is sacred and birth is sacred. I highly encourage you to keep a hunger journal. Every time you get a craving or you're hungry, you write down why. Like, for example, you just notice, like, okay, for me personally, if somebody is mean or rude to me, it doesn't make me hungry. But some people, that makes them hungry. They immediately feel rejected and they need to feel acceptance. So then you would write down, I need love from a cinnamon roll right now. Cinnamon rolls give you love. Or let's say, a favorite teacher of yours is retiring. You write down I want ice cream. Because ice cream, anything creamy, represents mother's milk, nurturing. So when you lose a mother figure, you want ice cream. For me, what triggers me is when I feel stuck. Like I have writer's block or my career isn't going anywhere. Every time I feel stuck, I got to eat something. That's what triggers my hunger. As soon as I write down what's triggering my hunger kind of magically goes away. And the reason is this. My hunger represents a need, an emotional, mental, or spiritual need, even a physical need, but doesn't mean I want food. It means I want acceptance. It means I want love. It means I want success. It means I want my life to move forward. And I'm eating to compensate for not getting that thing. If I don't eat, I'm forced to just look at what I truly want. So your hunger journal will actually, two things will happen. One, it will kick your cravings to the curb. It will help reduce your cravings or eradicate them. The other thing it will do, it will help you tell the story of how you eat. It will narrate for you the story of your relationship with food and how you're not fulfilling your true needs. You're compensating for it in other ways. I want you to comment on this video so that I can hear you and support you. And I want to thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you so much. Namaste.